The Chiefs just made another move in free agency to bolster this roster and make them better in 2025. You guys are listening to the KC Sports Report. My name is Michael Darcy. Hit that like button on this video and subscribe to this channel for more of the best daily Chiefs content on YouTube. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get into this report from Adam Schefter. He tweeted out that free agent cornerback Robert Rochelle, who spent last season with the Packers, reached agreement on a one-year deal with the Chiefs. Again, this is according to Adam Schefter, and this is a very interesting move because Robert Rochelle has never been a great cornerback in the NFL, and we're going to talk about why that might be the case. But I see this signing more as depth. I think he's one of those players that could play a lot on special teams. He might be a rotational cornerback. He could also be someone that gets cut at the beginning or end of training camp. So there's really not a definitive role for Rochelle on this team right now. But I do think that the Chiefs' cornerback room is a lot better this year around than it was last year. You know, going into training camp last year, it was Trent McDuffie, it was Jalen Watson, and kind of just a bunch of guys that were unproven. And you saw when Jalen Watson went down that this secondary was not very good. Now, they did draft some players that I just don't think ended up being that good, but this is someone that I think shows you he can play special teams. He could be a rotational corner. Now, let's get into a little bit more about why he might not be the same player that he was when he was drafted. He was a fourth-round draft pick, I believe, in 2021. And I actually want to read this article from TMZ. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. As you can see, Robert Rochelle filed a lawsuit because he was actually in a pretty bad car accident. And, you see the quote, like, "You screwed up my football career," because he ended up suffering some pretty substantial injuries. Just reading this article right now, he was in an injury or he's in a car accident in 2023 that seriously injured him, and it had an effect on his career. Rochelle's suing three people, including the driver. Among the alleged injuries listed in the suit, Rochelle says he fractured his elbow, hurt his knee and head, and suffered nerve damage, among other bumps and bruises. And this is something that for a cornerback, that's a pretty substantial injury. These guys need to be fast. They need to have, the mental acuity to, play football. And I think that this car accident definitely set him back a lot. But, the rest of the article is just kind of talking about, all of the money that he's lost out on and just the substantial, momentum that his NFL career took. Like, he was someone that at one point, I believe he played with the Rams, he was pretty hyped up, but it just never ended up working out. So what is a realistic expectation for Robert Rochelle in 2025? Again, I don't think this is someone that we can expect to make an impact, intercepting quarterbacks. He's got one career interception. For the most part, this guy has not made an impact too much as a defensive back. Now, as a guy on special teams, I believe he forced a fumble or recovered a fumble last year with the Packers. But I do not expect Rochelle to be someone that plays a lot of snaps at cornerback for this Chiefs team. Maybe he does. Maybe he defies my expectations and what I have to say. But I don't think that this is someone that has proven that he is, I don't want to say deserving, but proven that he is good enough to play cornerback in the NFL. But again, as a depth move, it's fantastic. The Chiefs went into last year not really having a lot of depth at that position. Now you have Trent McDuffie, you have Jalen Watson, you signed Christian Fulton in free agency. The addition of Robert Rochelle, this is a player that I definitely think is going to bring some life to that room, but he's probably not going to play a whole lot, when it's all said and done. But let's talk more about why this is such a good signing, and let's do that right after this ad break.
The Hollywood Casino at Kansas Speedway is the place to be. With over 1,500 slot machines, 35 table games, 4 restaurants, and a new ESPN Bet sportsbook, there are plenty of ways to find your fun. For more chances to win, follow them on social media on Facebook, Instagram, and X. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Welcome to the Rice Real Estate Group, Kansas City's premier partner in real estate. Whether you're buying, selling, or investing, you'll receive a tailored experience designed just for you. Specializing in residential, commercial, and investment properties, the dedicated team over at the Rice Real Estate Group helps guide you through every transaction, including navigating those short, complex sales. With a commitment to personal one-on-one service, they will ensure that you are supported every step of the way. You can achieve your goals with expertise, care, and a customized approach that truly makes a difference. Ready to make your next move? The Rice Real Estate Group is here to make it happen. For more information, call 816-819-9333.
Huge thanks to all of the sponsors that support this show all off season long. But getting back into the main portion of this video, I want to talk about how the addition of Robert Rochelle is a good thing, even if he doesn't end up playing a snap at cornerback, because the Chiefs have done this to themselves in previous off seasons where they have gone into the draft with needs. Like they need a left tackle, they need a wide receiver, they need a linebacker, and it's had varying degrees of success. They are going into this 2025 NFL draft with no glaring issue. Now, sure, there's definitely some positions that they need to go draft, like defensive tackle, defensive end, running back. Yeah, they've got needs, but you could throw this roster that you have right now out on the field and they could compete. Like they don't have to get like superstars in this draft class to fight for a chance to get back to the Super Bowl. They really are in a good position. And I don't think that, Robert Rochelle is going to play a lot, but even if he is a training camp body, he's someone that sparks competition and, maybe he is someone that can help mentor a rookie or someone else. I mean, he's been through a lot in his NFL career, and maybe with the help of Dave Merritt, who's one of the best defensive backs coaches in the NFL, maybe he sees something in Rochelle, and maybe this little one-year deal is something that could be massive. Maybe this is where he could break out. I don't think that's going to be the case, but you never know. I mean, Dave Merritt is taking guys that probably shouldn't be great, and he has made them a lot of money in the NFL. Like the perfect example is Travarius Ward. Travarius Ward got traded from the Cowboys and was basically, next to nothing, and he turned him into a pretty good starting cornerback in the NFL, and he got paid in San Francisco. So I definitely do think that this is a very low risk signing. Again, the saying goes back to there's no such thing as a bad 1-year deal. This isn't a bad deal. It's going to be very interesting to see how much he ends up playing or even if he makes the final 53. But, you can't really hate it. It's kind of been a little slow period over the last week or so, but the Chiefs just did bring back Charles Omenihu. If you've not seen my video talking about that, I would suggest going back. I posted that at like 11 last night, so go check that one out. But I do think that with the addition of Charles Omenihu at defensive end, now with Robert Rochelle, the Chiefs have made themselves, as good as humanly possible before the NFL draft. And I know that some people are complaining that the Chiefs are just bringing back the same faces, the same players that were not good enough last year. Guys, they essentially lost one game in the regular season, and they were one win away from three-peating. And I do think this team got better. So I think the Chiefs are in a fantastic position. It will be interesting to see where Robert Rochelle fits in there. But that's all I've got for this video. Hit that like button and subscribe to this channel for more daily Chiefs coverage. Until next time, guys, thank you for watching this video. And as always, go Chiefs.